This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed LA-based electronic pop singer, songwriter, music producer, and artist coach, the one and only ALARKE. But before we get to our interview, here's a sneak peek at the music video for her original song, Nirvana. Well, hello, ALARKE. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
ALARKE, it is so nice to finally meet you. Before we get started, I just want to deep dive into how the whole idea of the song Nirvana, but also the gorgeous music video came about for you.
Sure. Well, Nirvana, you think about transcendence and finding bliss and peace and evolution. And my life has undergone major transformation personally to a state of more self-empowerment, authenticity than ever before, with a lot of realizations around personal relationships and my relationship with myself. Some of that has been through meditation, a lot through different personal development. And so there's the Nirvana through meditation, and also this song is about Nirvana on the dance floor and is programming synths, and I love dancing, and it's like, oh, why not find, that moment when you're just dancing and having a blast on your own time and you're just feeling good. It's that type of bliss.
Well, it's also that type of vibe. And that's what you express so beautifully, an artist and a human that has and continues to do the work. And I think it's a song and a sentiment and a message that we need now more than ever. In these past 2 years, we've been all forced to sit still with ourselves and really realize, why are we here? I mean, ALARKE, people can look at your bio and all the links for you will be below this video, but you have performed in all of the top venues, not only in the country, but the world. And on top of that, success seems to be defined by you, like any true artist, then by how you're making people feel. And to quote one of my favorite people, Maya Angelou, I'm curious to know, ALARKE, on your journey of discovering your bliss as a creative storyteller, was there an aha moment on your journey when you realized, I'm gonna shift a little, might be against the grain of what colleagues or family or expectation from the business, and I'm just gonna do me? Was there like an aha moment in there somewhere?
Multiple ones, but one really cool one came about when, how to make this short.
Take your time.
Okay. I went to go see a colleague of mine perform at Jazz at Lincoln Center. Amazing musician, amazing person. And I went with a mentor of mine, and we knew the booking agent at Jazz at Lincoln Center. And at the time, I had just performed at the Rainbow Room with my band. I was the band leader and had been scouted for that gig. And like we had, it was a great performance, great band, everything. And I was talking to my mentor, like, at the time I was putting one foot into gypsy jazz music, which was my full-time career in New York, and then one foot into the pop and electronic music, which is more of my soul. And I asked my mentor, hey, do you think we could, talk to the booker and get my band a gig here. Um, and she was like, I don't know, because you seem like torn between these two paths, and are you really into it? What are you really about? And I was watching my friend on stage, and he had this other singer come as a guest and perform, and she was amazing. And I was thinking as I was sitting in the audience, why am I not up there? I can do that. I just did with my band, and I want to do this. But like here, I'm being gently guided with love from people that I love and that love me, saying like, yeah. And so it really spurred me to like, okay, you got to wake up from stop doing things. Why are you torn between these two paths? It's because there's something that's authentic that you want, and then there's something that you're doing. Why are you doing it? I don't know. And I realized it's out of codependence to please other people and earn love, especially from my parents and the family relationships with your mom or my mom, you know?
We can
And
unpack that in part 2 of this interview, baby.
yeah. And so long story short, I decided, you know, I'm going to go do something for me. And I wanted to go to Mexico because I went there. I took myself there for my birthday. I found this beautiful little town called Tepoztlan, magical World Heritage Site. And then I was like, well, I'm pretty street smart. I've done a lot of solo traveling, but as a woman alone in Mexico in a small town, so it might not be the safest thing. And I'm like, well, what could I do? Well, I love Cuban music. And I was like, you know, screw it. I'm just going to go and create a solo retreat to Cuba for myself. I slept on it, and then I bought a ticket, and I got it right in the lucky timing when I could go easily visa wise. And I didn't have the money. I had to have $3,000 cash. I didn't have $3,000 cash because you can't do banking as a US citizen. And I was pretty poor at the time, keeping myself small from lack of self-worthiness. And, you know, I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to make this happen. And then committed to the vision. And it's like, it's ultimately about how I want to feel. And things came in unexpected ways, a loan from a friend that I paid back, and yeah, I made it happen. And then in Cuba, it was all about just giving to myself, like a sabbatical. And I lived with a Cuban family, and I took Afro-Cuban piano lessons every day and percussion. And I ended up writing and recording a Cuban jazz album and hiring the 6-piece band to record in the studio of this famous singer, Pablo Milanez. And these are all-star musicians. They're incredible. And some friends from New York were working on a documentary film with Cuban American intercultural music and producing Cuban hip hop. And they invited me to be a part of it. And so I got to write some hooks with them and record and perform at Cuba's coolest venue, Fábrica de Arte, which is this very contemporary, global, forward-thinking venue. And it was just amazing how it's like if you decide to give something to yourself, then the universe will respond and give it to you on a silver platter. It's like,
Absolutely.
and so that was like a prototype because it wasn't real life, it was travel. So now it's like, well, how can I apply that to real life? And that's what I do a lot now.
Well, Alark, I think you're a perfect example of not only an artist, but an overall human being that let go of the how, that let go of the destination and went after the journey. And through it, became the best version of yourself, not only through your artistry, Alark, but I would love for you to deep dive a little bit into SupremeSound.Life.
Thank you so much for those kind words. And SupremeSound.Life is an artist coaching platform for artists in pop and electronic music. Primarily, I work with females, but I do have some men that I work with as well. And it's about singing, songwriting, and music production, or choose your area of that you want to develop, and artist development. And so the artist development is with finding your true voice and your signature sound and your authentic message that you can build a music career and fan base that loves your music and keeps coming back and continues to support you. And it's both ways. And so there's, with that artist development, there are elements of business, personal growth, they're all necessary. And it's online coaching. I work with artists all over the world, and I run a community on Discord called SupremeSound.Life, and it's free. And we just share resources and inspiration. And the cool thing about it is the people who are in part of this community, they're real, like, they're authentic people themselves. And I feel very blessed to be able to connect with them. I feel part of the messaging, like, attracts these people, but I think it's a really cool, like, legit community, awesome artists, and I give trainings, share resources, and yeah, and I love working with artists one-on-one too. And some of my artists now are just releasing new singles for the first time ever, or continuing to release music. I have some artists that I work with that performed at Madison Square Garden, other artists that are performing around New York, other artists that are doing their first single, other artists that are
You
developing.
must feel like a proud mama bear.
Ah, thanks.
You know, I think that's so beautiful, ALARKE. Well, listen, I could speak with you forever. I want to let our audience know, for more on the incredible ALARKE, you could read more about her right below this video. ALARKE, I'm so excited you're coming on board this brand new social media platform, FENIX360. I've been so blessed to interview over 1,300 artists in the last 11 months, all over the world coming on board, from calligraphers in China to DJs in Japan, to pop artists, to Grammy winners, Tony winners, Emmy winners, teachers, agents, healers, you name it. And the fact that for you, you are a true artist with a capital A, with so many gifts within your arsenal. I'm just so excited, not only for you, but for the artists that are going to benefit from knowing you and your talents, and also what you have to offer as someone who is a coach for artists. I just am very inspired by you.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Well, listen, I'm from New York. I say the truth. ALARKE, it is so nice to meet you, and have an amazing day.
Likewise.